Welcome back to another episode of This Old Mead. So, today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking the Scott Peach and we're going to do the second transfer. A lot of people have been asking me how the Scott Peach is doing, and quite frankly, again, I'd have to take a second to look at the history of when we did it and all that. But a lot of it has to do with being lazy. She has been ready to be transferred for a while now, but I'm a strong believer in the longer you wait, the better it's going to be. So today we're just going to go ahead and get it transferred, and we'll probably have it ready for Yule. I just want to kind of give you guys a quick look of what kind of transfer setup I have. It's going to be a solid tube with a stopper, and then it's going to be a clear rubber tube coming out this end. The stopper, I have it on here so that it will actually keep the bottom, or keep it from going all the way down into where the settlement is going to be located. If you decide to do a setup like this, you just want to make sure that the stopper is not going to be sealed in there. If you go ahead and cap it in there, it's going to cause an air lock and prevent you from allowing air in there and prevent the siphoning from happening. So what I do is I just kind of get it set up in there and let it set so that it does allow air in the bottle while you're siphoning. So I'll go ahead and get this going here. I'm going to move it down low so that the gravity will actually help pull, which is what siphoning is going to be all about. Now, a couple things that we want to do is just go ahead and give it a taste. I got my shot glass here, and with my shot glass, I'm just going to take me a little glass, try to taste it and see how it tastes. Now, I already know from just doing the siphoning, this actually tastes pretty damn good. It's dry like I was expecting it to be because I kind of hoarded some of the honey that I was going to use, but the wife really loves it real dry like that, so I'm going to be getting her a glass of it while I'm here so that she can give it a try too. You got to take care of your queen. And while that's doing its thing, a couple things. As you can see, I don't know if you can see with the camera, hopefully you can, how cloudy it still looks. I have learned a really cool trick to get rid of the cloudiness and make it where it's clear and you can actually see through it. This winter will be great to show everybody that trick. Now there's going to be some orange peel or peach that's going to be left over. Basically that's not going to be a big deal because we're not bottling it right now. We are just transferring it over. So that peach in there will just be perfectly fine. While this is doing its thing, I also want to talk about yeast. Now I have been trying a couple other people's yeasts, or not yeast, but mead that they have been trying, and it really just reminds me of the first batch when I first started getting into it and everything else. I would really encourage everybody to try the Mac Jack mead yeast. I know it's extremely difficult to get a hold of right now, but that's going to be that's absolutely the best yeast that I have found. Both of these batches here that I have out on the table are both from that yeast. I am experimenting right now with cultivating yeast. It's basically going to be the same principle as like the old sourdough, where there's companies in San Francisco, I believe, that have 100-year-old yeast. There's a lot of research, a lot of shit that I'm learning right now on that. Not really happy with the experiments that I have going on. We'll do some videos on what I'm finding and what is all containing, but once I get something figured out that's actually worth the shit, I will be happy to share my knowledge on what I have learned. The whole principle behind it, from what I'm understanding so far, is you're going to cultivate the yeast, which means you're going to have it separated from your pitch, and then you're actually going to take a little bit of that yeast, pitch it to what you're brewing, and then you're going to keep feeding the regular stock. So it's going to be an excellent video once we get that all taken care of and figured out. You just want to keep an eye on it. If you can see, I got the bubbler or the pickup tube not all the way down, so it's not going to pick up the sediment that is down at the bottom.
Delicious.
All right. So, yeah. Once we get this transferred over, I'm going to go ahead and sanitize the tube. And what we're going to do is take the traditional that I have brewing. This one I did a transfer on one of the videos. And now she is ready to bottle. Pretty much half of it is gone due to me being an alcoholic and not wanting to wait to bottle it. So we'll get it bottled today. One, I need to actually get me an empty bottle so that the wife and I can start our heather mead. Heather is a flower that grows in Ireland, and it grows like a weed there, and I love making a tea out of it, and then taking that tea and adding honey and making a mead out of it. That is one of my favorite meads that I like to make, and the wife and I will be doing that tonight, so we'll be taking pictures and posting it as we go.